Hello there, my name's David Gordon and I'm a travel journalist and broadcaster based in Northern Ireland. Today we're going to look at the world of travel and tourism and why we travel. As you can see from the quote from St. Augustine, the world is a book and those who do not travel read only a page. Because travel broadens your mind, it allows you to escape normality and gives you some perspective. So our question today is really, why do we travel? I'm going to throw another quote at you from celebrated writer Pico Iyer, who said, "We travel initially to lose ourselves, and we travel next to find ourselves. We travel to open our hearts and our eyes and learn more about the world than our newspapers will accommodate. We travel to bring what little we can in our ignorance and knowledge to those parts of the globe whose riches are differently dispersed." We all have our reasons for travelling. Wanderlust, the love of a different culture, a desire to just leave it all behind, the need to forget, or a want to meet new people. Travel becomes a way for people to deal with different situations, experience new things, or help search for a sense of self. At its core, travel is a development tool. It's a way for us to grow and learn and connect. Now, sometimes we have to travel because for business or family reasons. Other times we travel because we want to, because the annoyances of the airport are outweighed by the thrill of being somewhere new, because work is stressful and our blood pressure is far too high and we just need a holiday, because home is boring, because the flights were on sale and, well, New York is New York after all. Travel, in other words, is a basic human desire, because at the end of the day, we're a migratory species. The first thing we're going to look at is the concept of challenging yourself. Now, you might feel like you're stuck in a rut in your daily life, or you're yearning for something exciting and different. You're craving new experiences and new challenges. Travel is the ideal place to test yourself. It pushes people to their limits and gets them outside their comfort zone. You may or may not recognise Carrick-a-Reid Rope Bridge on the north coast of Northern Ireland. It's a particular challenge, as you can see, one I have yet to pluck up the courage to cross, but by not crossing, I'm doing myself a misservice, as I'll never know what's on the other side. You'll discover how resourceful you are when you're exposed to new places, people and experiences. Maybe it's finding your way around a busy city, or ordering a meal when you don't speak the language, or ziplining. You'll feel pride when you finish your trip successfully. Overcoming challenges will bring you joy and energy for future tests. You'll realise how capable you are and build your confidence. I always recommend that if people are visiting a new place that they get lost, and I mean that in the nicest way. In this age of Google Maps, it's harder to get lost than you might realise, but doing that lets you see places as they really are. Learning is another form of travel. Because learning is a strong reason why people love to travel. They want to experience something unfamiliar and leave with new skills or knowledge. Seeing the world is more educational than a school class or university lecture. People may travel to learn something specific, a new language, new cuisine, or just aspects of a different culture. As a bonus, they'll take away more than their specific goal. They'll discover totally different ways of doing things. They'll gain awareness of new customs, cultures and people. And because you're actually experiencing this learning in real life and not reading it in a textbook, it will stay with you for longer. So on travel, this condensed crash course in discovering how the rest of the world lives actually covers subjects like history, geography and sociology. And you thought you were going on holiday. Every destination has something unique to teach visitors, and immersing themselves in a completely different world is the best learning experience. You'll gain a deep sense of satisfaction with the new skills you've learned and new insights you've gained. It expands your perspective. It's another reason why people love to travel, because it helps open your mind. You realise that there's no one way to live life. Meeting people from other places will show you that your worldview isn't the same as everyone else's. You can't imagine how different life is in another place until you see for yourself. Everything from work to family to beliefs to interests is not what you might expect from your own experience. The different setting will also help you discover and consider fresh ideas you hadn't thought of. I travelled to Malawi a couple of years ago and met school pupils whose only possession was their school book, and I mean their only possession. That was their pride and joy. They literally had nothing else. So you'll come home with different notions and possibilities. By being exposed to new places, people and cultures, you'll develop a wider worldview. And that will make you a better rounded global citizen. It's a great reward and a big reason why people love to travel. Another one is because you're getting in touch with yourself. Because getting away from home gives you the opportunity to reflect on your own life. You have the needed time and space to let your mind wander and take stock. Travelling is one of the best ways to learn more about yourself, because every day travelling brings a new set of issues and opportunities. The way you handle those gives you insight into who you are. You'll come home knowing yourself better and with a fresh perspective on what you want out of life, because the experience will change your life. You'll always talk about the trips you've taken. It'll also help you appreciate life. And the reason I say that is because it's easy to lose sight of what you have. Your eyes aren't open to what's really special about your home. Exploring another place will give you a fresh appreciation of your hometown, your country, and real life. And once you're back, you'll feel lucky to live where you do. You'll see there really is no place like home. And this idea was actually brought home to me on a trip to New Orleans. Parts of that city were devastated by huge floods a number of years ago. Residents were evacuated to neighbouring towns and cities, and as they established their lives there, decided to stay. For others, the call of home was not one they could ignore. Now you know the story of the Wizard of Oz. After her ordeal, Dorothy finds the ruby slippers and claims there's no place like home. And that image spawned the creation of the Ruby Slipper Cafe in New Orleans. The restaurant opened in one of the areas most badly affected by the floods, and as people came back to the area to rebuild their lives, they realised there was no place like home, hence the Ruby Slipper Cafe was born. Another aspect of travel is building experience and strengthening relationships. The shared experience of travel brings people together. A family getaway, a romantic trip, or a long weekend with the girls or the boys can strengthen important bonds. Couples too, they need to bond with each other away from home and work demands, and sharing travel experiences can ignite fresh sparks that last long after the couple returns home. Travel is an opportunity to connect with each other. It's also a great opportunity to make new friends, either fellow travellers or locals. Meeting and befriending new people is a valuable travel benefit, and once you've bonded, new possibilities for future travel unfold, either to visit them or to journey with them. Having an adventure is another big part of travel. Conquering fresh territories is exhilarating, and one more reason why people love to travel. Humans crave new experiences, and travel lets us tap into that craving. A trip is the perfect time to do something different and exciting, especially something you can't do at home. The thrill starts the minute you land in a new place. Conquering that territory could be trying spicy Thai street food, scuba diving in the Great Barrier Reef, talking French to a market stall owner in a rural village. You'll feel that sense of accomplishment, and you'll return home with the best souvenir of all, a memory of your incredible adventure. It's also about escaping. Escaping what they have back home. They're looking for better weather, nicer scenery, the freedom to do what they want, experiences they can't normally have, a slower, relaxing pace. Travel is particularly good for workaholics who have trouble leaving their job behind. Stepping away from the workplace is good for you mentally and physically. And when you return to your job, you've had the space then to look at issues with fresh eyes. A new place with lots of fun distractions can work wonders. When we venture to a new space or environment, we're intrigued by all the novel things that surround us. We forget about our jobs, our classes, and all those other responsibilities. You return more at peace with yourself and your challenging situation. Relaxing is another big part of travel as well. Maybe you're not looking to escape your problems, but everybody can benefit from a break from the usual diets of work and no play. You might not realise how much you need to disconnect from the ever-present pressure of being available all the time on your phone, your email, your social media. What do you do when you're there though? You do nothing. Just relax and be present in the moment. Let the sensations like the lapping water, the warmth of the sun, the sound of the waves, just let that recharge your batteries. Live day to day, focus on where you want to go, focus on what sightseeing you want to do, what activities you want to pursue, what you're going to eat, what souvenirs you want to buy. Travel helps your mind and body reboot in a way that you just cannot achieve at home. Travel can also be part of celebration. There's always a happy reason to take a trip. It could be a landmark birthday or anniversary, a graduation, a wedding. Special occasions are made more special by celebrating away from home. It's also a good way to gather family and friends from distant corners to mark a milestone. Celebration holidays provide a lasting benefit as well as shared memories for a lifetime. In conclusion, let's not pretend that travel is always fun. We don't spend 10 hours lost in the Louvre because we like it, and the view from the top of Machu Picchu probably doesn't make up for the hassle of lost luggage. Sometimes we actually need a holiday after a holiday. We travel because we need to, because distance and difference are the secret tonic of creativity. When we get home, home is still the same, but something in our mind has changed, and that changes everything. That's the world of travel.